I gotta tell you a little story about why it's important to simp for women. It's important to simp for women to let them know how beautiful they are because they are beautiful. And if you don't, sooner or later, you wind up this slob of a man. You can't even tell if you're a woman or a man. You got your tits, you got your fucking pregnant belly. You might actually be settled down with your wife, got a fucking arranged ass marriage and shit, like all the retards here over in Brampton. And they're fucking stupid ass kids who can't land a girl and stuff. Day and night, man, they can't stop harassing me, these mans. It's all ever since like I went to Caravana and shit, and like I didn't actually go with anybody. I said that like I just took LSD, started walking around and shit, danced with like a bunch of people. I was actually looking for this one girl, hot girl, and I couldn't find her. So, I don't even know what the fuck was going on at the time. And then I come back and it's like it was raining, but I could tell that like people were cheese, man, because it's like, despite the aforementioned, I had a pretty good time. Like I'm getting into this whole musical career shit. I've been sampling Problem Child, Sean Paul. I I synced all these songs because I don't know, my iPhone's like ancient and shit. It's like one of the iPhones that still has like the headphone jack in it, and I synced all the songs in it, like whatever. Did the iTunes thingy, and it just like deleted all these songs for some reason. I'm just like, wait, what the hell? And then it has like one song by Problem Child, but I deleted the Sean Paul song, which is, you know, I hope it's not a fucking virus. That's all I gotta say, right? Because it's important to simp, man. It is. We're hearing this talk. Oh, by the way, I hope you guys like my titles thing. Like the character limit said that hey, you can either type out your full name or you can take out a letter. So you give like Tyla her due respects because the character limit. Trevin Singh because I like to sing songs, right? That's how you spell my name now. I'm Asian. Yo, East Asian sing. I'm like one of those like Pakistanis that calls themselves. Fuck, man. I'm telling you though, you gotta send for these women because you'll wind up one day being a fucking bitter ass fucking slob of a man, and you like looking at those hot ass girls. It never stops. It never goes away. Ask the fucking Punjabis, ask the old ass Sikh mans jerking off in parks and shit, Pakistani grooming gangs and shit. Yo, never fucking you'll let them fucking not know about that shit. Badger them, man. Badger their children, their children's children till the end of fucking time, and take their women and use them, man. They're fucking practice, my guy. And you think that they're gonna say no to that? Like in the past, yeah, for sure, right? There you go. What about my future? Think about my family, and like now they're like, yeah, fuck my family, man. My family's fucking retarded. I'm telling you, it's important to sin for them beautiful ass women, man. Because sometimes you be saving them, doing them a favor. You be stuck up in that fucking retard ass family and shit, and they can't get up out of it. Obviously, I'm not talking about Tyla. I'm talking about like other cases and shit, right? But hearing these talks on the internet about my queen, about the beauty, about okay, I gotta let you know a little bit something about me and Tyla and why like I liked her ever since she came out, but I have this funny feeling like I ran into her and shit because there was this petite like, and I think she was like West Indies, but like here's the thing, like Tala gives that vibe of being West Indies too, right? And it was just like cute like petite chick, and she like holla at me. She was like, "Yo, you look good, cowboy," right? And I had all these fucking pimples and shit on my face. I don't know. It's like, yeah, thank you and shit. Yeah, like I had this problem for me for the longest time where I would just like fucking wear a hat or like whatever to just cover it up, like my forehead, like, well, yeah, that was like my biggest problem area. It's like the skin on my forehead is so thin that when I scar it, like even if I'm taking out like blackheads, like some normal ass shit, it just leaves a fucking mark on there. It like lasts, excuse me, about like a week or two. Like it's not like permanent, but like it's noticeable when it's there. Like you'll see like a little fucking ring or shadow or whatever. But yeah, and she was just like, she said that to me. I'm like, thanks, and I just like walk away from her. I'm like, fuck man, I wish it wasn't so ugly now. Like, I just like talk to her and shit. But it's that whole shit that like, and people don't know this about me, is that I tried this shit before, where as a guy with like breaking out with like skin problems or whatever, and then like they find out that, oh, you got like a situation, and like their whole demeanor changes, and I've gotten used to it to the point where I naturally just like, at least when I had like those serious problems, even up until like when my brother gave me those scars on my forehead and shit, like just hide away in my hat and just like ignore people. And I'll even go as far as to like, get into my own world, talk to myself. I still do it to, it's fucking harsh, man, when you're you know. See, the reason why I'm in this situation living in Brampton is because my brother is a fucking loser. He is a cokehead, and yeah, he stayed in his parents' house up until he was like 33, 34. Just like basically when he turned 34, he moved out that summer. I remember it well. And you see, this guy had so much pride in himself. He still does. Right? Like, he thinks he's hot shit, and he's just a fat fucking loser that, you know, is the reason like my life is such a fucking shit show. Like I'm about to lose it with my parents. Like my patience has run out with them, and there's not much I could do. Like I wanted to move out. I tried to move out. My parents, my mother especially, is super overprotective of me, and I think it's because. And I'm saying this, and I want to be wrong about this. Like I actually kind of want to be wrong about this, but I think like my mom is attracted to me. And when I was younger, much younger, I didn't know like how to work out my feelings and shit. I was like kind of the same with her and stuff. And then as I got older, I realized that like, my mother doesn't understand that like, maybe because she had me like when I was so young and shit, that like, kissing me like that and like, whatever. And then like also like, how they say that like love is like two-sided. So like when she would beat me and shit, so like, discipline me, she would discipline me like harder than, my other siblings and shit. And I would take notice of that. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like you just like go fucking crazy and like you beat me and shit. But that's love, you can't necessarily control it because you don't want to wind up like my older brother, right? Like, see, he met a girl finally, but when I say finally, he didn't have like the ability to go out there from the schooling that he had and get his own job and shit. My parents had to give him jobs. So plural. My dad got him a job at his factory, um, Bombardier, and he couldn't keep it. His like injuries and shit, and like they thought that he was like an insurance liability, so he just like fucking said fuck it, and they didn't want to hire any of his other kids after that. He just told them off and shit because it was like my dad used his connections to get him in there. And then like the expectation is like he would actually be able to do the job, and it's like why not ask me to go in there? And they just, this is why like I have this like all these mental problems and shit. Like legitimately a really good high paying job and shit was remiss from me because my dad couldn't have his favorite son do it. Yeah, his first son, the son that actually kind of looks like him. I look mostly like my mother. But then like he got a next job, and this one cost my mom her job because so she was a pretty high up position in Scotiabank. I don't know exactly what they call those things. Like a couple floors below the executive branch, right? All the way down Scotia. Now Scotiabank and Rogers on this like famous internet telecommunication company. They're kind of like together, synonymous and shit. So my mom got my brother this job connection, like basically through I don't know what the fuck, and then he got a job as in a call center or some shit like that. And then I don't know how, like the higher ups found out about that and they just laid my mom off. It's just like, yo, they're just pissed. This guy's a fucking slob. He's coming into work. It's just the least model ass employee. And the only reason he kept the job is because um, so he got good with one of the higher ups. Like, I don't know if it's their kid or like their family members and shit, but his wife Carla, some ugly ass fuckling, right? And then got married to her and shit, and that's why he got to keep his job. Got married, right? Fantasy fairy tale. By the way, I never got to have sex. Not in my old house. Couldn't physically impossible. Could not no space, nothing. I thought about like taking one of my family members or my parents' room and shit. It's like no, can't do it. And plus, it's like it's probably humiliating to her. He's like, you walk into her room, you see a picture of somebody else, like who the fuck is this? I don't know, like if that's normal for other people, but like for me, I'm just like squeamish like that. I don't even want people to know that I've had sex. So it's like, ah, fuck it, man. What a fucking bust. So we move out to Brampton, right? Because the expectation was this fucking loser was gonna have kids and like all this shit. My mom and dad got him like all these things, washers, dryers, fridge. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. And you wanna know how I know this? Carla told me, his wife told me. She was like complaining to me about him and shit. Apparently, like later down the road, it was like much later, like pretty much after COVID and shit. I don't know what the fuck was up with him. Like, I guess he has a fucking ego problem, right? He's a fucking slob. See, like, if he if he spent like because I got through to porn because I never had my own computer, right? Like I got into porn through him. Like if he spent his time jerking off to women, like I do simp to women, like I jerk off too sometimes. It's like, yo, man, I'm up here in Brampton. I'm around like 3, 4 elementary schools, one high school. Well, actually, yeah, David Suzuki. Yeah, 3 high schools, 3 elementary schools. Just fucking kids all around me, man. It's fucking insane in the membrane. Oh, fucking kids! I fucking going insane here for the past 10 fucking years. LA too, every fucking week. Like head out to fucking Yorkdale and shit. And most of those girls are younger than me there still. It's like I'm fucking I'm in my whole fucking bubble. So then Carla like calls me up so, like out of nowhere and she's just like, she needs to talk to me. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I just got fired from my job as a plumber because my mom doesn't want me to work there. Why did she want me to work there? Because like her younger brother doesn't have a job and it makes him feel bad because she has to stay home. I mean, he has to stay home and take care of our grandmother and shit. And yeah, I was ready to fucking move out of this fucking house, man. I'm fucking losing it. So after that job, I was in a bad place and shit. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll blaze with Clifford's wife and shit. Like I have zero fucking company, zero friends here. Might as well, right? Oh, actually, I did have a coworker, and then because he was black, I didn't want him to hang out with me anymore because of like all the stupid shit I was doing, wearing lipstick and nail polish, fishnets, and he was cool about it, right? Because he knows he has a kid. He's like, oh, I wish you the best and shit. He was sad though. I feel bad because I didn't want to like leave him alone and shit, right? But I was fucking going goddamn insane. Like I had literally my entire future just like tossed the fuck away and just trapped here in this fucking shithole that is Brampton. No pussy, no friend, nobody to talk to for fucking. So, anyways, Carla calls me up and we're talking in the car. She's talking about like how Clifford's like being such a fucking prick and shit and doing all these like bad things to make her feel upset. And I think like the biggest one, I don't know if it was her birthday or some shit like that. It was like some important ass special day. Um, and it was her house, or I don't know his house, but he brings his prostitute friend around, and I'm like, the fuck, dude? I was at your wedding. I was helping out the fucking guests because you got your dad to pay for your fucking wedding, and you had nobody else to like fucking help you out with like the napkins and catering, all that shit. I'm just like helping out all the family members, helping them get their shit and stuff because they're sitting down, no fucking napkins. Like not even most of them have like forks or shit like that. Some bunk ass like reception hall and shit. My dad's paying for all of it. The fuck, right? Um, but yeah, and then like, I told her like, yo, dude, I'm a virgin because of my fucking stupid ass brother. I even told her about the night that I met a girl who was DTF, down to fuck, and like, I'm not necessarily used to that shit. Like, this is, new to me, and I remember it very, very specifically because it was New Year's 2013, and I lied to her. I just said, yeah, I had a girlfriend, and she was like kind of crestfallen and shit. It was just like, you know what I mean? Like, she puts herself out there like that. And it was just like, that's like the easiest way I could let her off is just to say that I'm unavailable because of some fictional girlfriend that does not exist. To like, but then the real reason is, it's like, I have nowhere to take you, right? I don't want to fuck you in a car. I don't have, a place in my home. I don't want to take you to some random ass hotel. You know what I mean? Like, I guess if I knew it was gonna go down like that, I should have saved up some money and got like a 5 star or some shit like that. But again, I'm a virgin, so I'm still new to all this shit, right? So I told her that, and then like at that point on, like I could tell that my brother had this fucking conceit for me because I know for a fact Carla told him. I know for a fact Carla told him. And like the humiliation that my fucking retard of a brother probably had felt because of that, right? Because basically my parents, because my dad's like cheap, said, "Yo, Clifford, come over and that's his name, cut my hair," right? So I'm like, "Alright, whatever, right?" And my mom wanted it to happen because it's, oh, we fight all the time. It's gonna make us closer together. So this one time, this motherfucker is cutting my hair, puts his fucking fingernails into my forehead and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing, right? And then the next day, I had these nasty ass blackheads, and I realized, my brother has a cat and shit, and he cut his nails a special way. But I never said anything about it because I'm like, it'll probably like just be like a little ass pimple and shit. No, man, some nasty ass fucking infection that like fucking melted off my face and shit. Bitch ass fucking fat obese rat fuck. Sorry, I know this was supposed to be a video of me simping for Tyla, but I technically I am because my brother's a fucking bitch. It works out. Um, but real talk, right? Like I had those scars in my face ever since that summer. What was that? 2024, if I'm not mistaken, or 2023. I think 2023. And like for years, I've been carrying around those scars in my face and shit. And then I realized that like because my brother was such a bitch and I didn't sit for a woman and I didn't have my own woman and I couldn't move the fuck out, I had to deal with this whole mental basket case of fucking retardation. One, I got a fucking loser ass brother who needs his parents to fucking do everything for him. Two, I can't get a woman here because it's like, you know, and I think it's like my dad knowing that his brothers, my uncles, are married to like ugly ass women and shit. And some of them live out here in Brampton. So he kind of fucking wanted me to marry some ugly ass fucking woman and stuff to like, carry on the fucking legacy because he doesn't give a fuck. Like he gave up when my brother couldn't have kids, basically, as far as I'm concerned. Right? He's still nice to me and shit like that, but I confront him about it. It's like, oh, why you like this all the time? Right? Like he didn't want me to get the job as the plumber. It's the weirdest fucking shit that they don't want to give up on me moving out of this fucking house because they see me as like I guess a buffer. And this sounds stupid, right? I'm the preventative measure that will create a barrier to deny access to my like older brother to move in here because I know the second I move out of here, my brother's gonna fucking start some shit with his wife, and try to move up in here and shit, and my parents are gonna fucking lose it with him, man. I know they are. I know they are, and that's why they're keeping me here. And it's not fucking fair. It's not my fault. It's not my problem. It's not. He's not my son, right? He's my brother. He's a fucking worthless fucking piece of shit. Well, okay, let's like talk about Tyla. I only got like 7 fucking minutes. I'm fucking talking about my own fucking ass problems for like fucking 20 ass minutes. What kind of fucking video is this? Here has your news. Oh shit, man! Oh man, sorry, I didn't get any sleep last night, really. Mans be jerking off to that child porn, them Sikh mans, them Paki mans, jerking off to that child porn, yo. And it ain't hate crime to say that. By the way, did you see the reports on that Kuwait, whatever that Spanish city? How do they, like, how do they even rape girls? Like their own girls, by the way. How do they even do that? When, like, people be like, yeah, we gotta invade this place. We need, like, these women for later to, like, bear our children. Why do you gotta rape them now? Like, and then they don't want to fucking help you and shit. I thought they were fucking on your side. Like, the fuck is this shit? Like, I only see, like, this is what I said about Islam, right? It's like, yo, Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world. What they don't tell you is, because I understand what it's like to be horny, right? I understand what it's like to be frustrated. But, like, there's a level of fucking, like, stupidity that is involved with that. That just, like, I don't even know what the fuck to say, because you got guys hating on Tyla. Are you fucking kidding me, man? The Billboard charts apparently are saying that Tyla's fallen off, that African Americans are unappealed and they're unhappy with Tyla. Apparently, she is misrepresenting the culture or some shit like that. And we all know what it is. You see, it's the same thing I'm dealing with. It's the same thing other people are dealing with. And see, Tyla is in a position where, she has the voice, the dance moves, the looks, the fashion, right? Plus, her, like, I think she has, like, a good spirit inside and shit. When she's saying that shit about simping, and she's absolutely right. But, like, as a man, you can't do that for every woman. Because if you do that and you're doing it for a woman and you're insincere and shit, like, it's just not going to work out. Let me give you an example, okay? So I was walking downtown, day of Caravana, by the way. I had to go pick up some things, right? Um, some girl approaches me and she got like a lazy eye and shit. So I kind of feel bad for her and stuff. She like taps me on the arm and stuff. I turn around, I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" Right? She's like, "Hey, can I walk with you? Can I talk to you?" It's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, sure, sure." Right? Like, I don't know if she was just like really, really lonely, but like I'll get to it, right? So she told me her name. I told her my name. We were just walking and shit. And I'm not like, I thought that she liked me, or like she wanted me to like give her like my number or something like that. And I was actually ready to do that because it's like I felt as if that like I was being shallow my whole life, and maybe if this person had the courage to come up to me and talk to me, and they wanted my phone number to call me later and like hang out and talk to, like, whatever, right? So we talked, and I told her some like random shit about like LCD screens and like how they like, hypnotize children with subliminal messaging. I'm serious. I told her about that, and she didn't give a fuck. After a while, she just asked me for money. Yeah, downtown Toronto. What was I expecting, right? But then I realized that like, Tyler wants me to simp for girls. I will. But I'm only gonna be simping for girls where I get something in return. Like, it's reciprocal. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it can't be for just nothing. Because again, like, I walked with this girl right past the place where I was supposed to pick up my things and shit, right? And I'll just like keep going, and then like I don't know, we reached some street, And then she just asked me for money randomly. I'm like, sorry, I need this money. I gotta go pick up something. Sorry. I wasn't gonna give her shit, man. It's like it kind of really pissed me off that like at the very least, you know. But like I thought that like I misthought like right like she doesn't look that way because whatever she's just a drug addict I guess. Shit like that. You can't simp for girls like that. You can't simp for ugly girls. You can't simp for girls who don't care about themselves. You can't simp for girls who fucking hate you and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'll simp for Tyla, but if Tyla hates me, or if Tyla says I'm no good or whatever, right? I gotta take my business elsewhere because I'm gonna be a father of kids someday. And I just can't keep receiving this kind of sass, this kind of like emptiness, because that just reflects bad on them. And their father isn't just a nobody. So, these people who want respect for nothing aren't going to get it. I mean, if you're going to give me something, then yes, Tyla, I will simp for you. However, if I'm not going to get anything in return, then don't expect it. It's just simple as. I mean, would it be too much to ask? I don't think so. I think it is important for guys to send for girls because it's like you're gonna wind up bitter ass one day, man, and you nothing fucking makes you happy, and you cheat on your fucking wife and shit. You drag your entire fucking family to go marry her and stuff, and waste everybody's time and life, and then they think that like, oh, you're gonna knock her up, you're gonna get some kids and shit. Nah, you don't have no fucking kids, man. You have no fucking kids, right? Your parents love you that fucking much, but you don't got no fucking kids because guess what? As a man, I think my brother's like one of those guys that him having kids is a fucking mistake, and that's why it's important for me to have kids, multiple kids, and like in his stead, and also to prove how fucking worthless he is because he had all these fucking privileges that I will fucking die for you. Like, do you understand what it's like to wake up on more than one side of the bed every morning? For most of my life, I did not understand that luxury. And also, like, having a. 'Cause this was before cell phones and shit. Well, as soon as I got a cell phone, I got my first girlfriend. But before that, I was, like, sharing up all these phones with these fucking idiots, man. And did he ever get a woman? And when he went to high school, did ever any girl call the phone when he was going to high? No. And you want to know how I know? Because I don't have a fucking phone. I will pick it up. I would have known. Remember, you gotta send for these girls, okay? Yo, holla at your girl Tyla. I love you, Tyla.